Hey, gamers. Wow, why did the music stop? Oh, the game fully crashed. That's such a disruptive start to the stream. I was gonna do more classic investigative smooth jazz bits so that everybody feels comfortable and calm and welcome. Geo's die, I suspect you are right. Hi everybody. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, let me just boot this game right on back up. There it goes. Hey Madison, hey Eric. I hope you have a good nap, Snake Lady. We're back. You spilled copious amounts of chocolate milk. Right, Susan, it's funny you say that because I just drank a glass of milk and I don't know why I get these instincts sometimes, but sometimes I'm like, I can't let chat know about this. And so I did drink a whole glass of milk, and my thought was I have to finish this before I live stream because I can't drink milk on stream. There's no reason. It's an insane stance to take. But it makes me happy that I drank my milk so I didn't pour it all over my keyboard and myself, because that sounds like it would have really delayed the stream. I can't explain it. I made scones, and for some reason having a glass of milk with a scone just feels right, and also it feels nice. I feel like drinking milk on stream is like, it's not, but it feels like equivalent to showing feet. You know what I mean? I can't explain it any better than that. Let's hop into the game. There we go. A tall glass of milk with dinner. That's incredible. Yeah, I think milk with baked goods is good. What it is it's a little treat for me because I had my teeth cleaned today, and the lady who cleaned my teeth was so affirming. She was like, your gums are so healthy, they're just the perfect color. Oh, your teeth are in such great shape. You must have had braces as a kid. You have such lovely teeth. It was just like, it was just nice to have a win, honestly. It's just nice to have a win. I felt really good about it. And then I was talking to her about floss. Yeah, Mectil, that's exactly it. You've gotta, I'll boop the captions. I know it's the calcium that's good for you, and it's not necessarily good to have, like, because milk has, like, a lot of sugars in it. It's not necessarily good for it to be, like, rusting on your teeth all the time, but I was like, yeah, this is a win. I'm gonna have a little baked treat and a big glass of milk. But we were talking about floss, because they had really good floss. The floss, I usually buy the cheapest floss that I can because it's fucking floss, and you literally drag it between your teeth and you throw it away. And I floss regularly because I only floss the ones I want to keep, as they say. But the floss has been so shitty recently. I was like, what do you use for floss? And she was like, Glide, we love it. And I was like, as she was making that little to-go bag, I love going to the dentist because I love when they give you a little bag of like, oh, here's some tiny toothpaste and here's a new toothbrush. I was like, I'll take as much floss as you want to give me. And she gave me an extra thing of floss. So I'm working my connections here in the biz, kind of being charming with my good teeth, getting another little thing of calcium. And then I got a haircut because tomorrow's Lunar New Year. And I was like, if I don't get a cut before Lunar New Year, it's gonna be bad luck if I do it after. So I cleaned up. I also got stuff to make dumplings, except I forgot to get dumpling wraps. So I haven't decided if I'm gonna pivot my plans or make dumpling wraps. Maybe the music isn't loud in y'all's. Oh, you know what? Maybe the music, I need to turn down my headphone sounds. Your dentist makes you pay for the go bag? I mean, I guess technically my dentist probably does too. It's probably built into the fees. But They save the good floss for the people with the good teeth. Yeah, Trilobite, they don't often tell you this, but you have to prove that you're going to be responsible with the floss before you get the good shit. What do we got? We got a weird emote. We got some sort of weird Twitch emote that I'm not familiar with. Listen, no, like, a therapist can't tell you that you're getting a good grade in health, but I think a dentist can tell you that you're getting a good grade in teeth. And I felt really great about that. Business branded chapstick? I've never had business branded chapstick. Ice pear? This is mystifying. Your dentist regularly used to tell you you're getting a bad grade in teeth. That's so funny and sad. I have a friend who needs to go to the dentist but is afraid of the dentist. And I really don't know what to tell them. Because it's like, to me, it's like a deluxe experience. To be able to go somewhere and have somebody floss your teeth for you. That's like, to me, that's like when you go to a nice hair salon and they do like the full shampoo and head scrub. I'm like, that, it's insane that I can just pay and somebody will do that. And I know it's in service of health and making my teeth good and stuff, but like, how crazy is it that that's a thing you can do? It's crazy. Thank you, that cheesy lad, being with me here. Flossing's nice. I think, I don't know, I think flossing feels good. I always feel like after I flossed, I'm always like, oh God, I feel great. I'm ready to go. As long as you have nice floss. If you have nasty floss that breaks apart and shit, that's not as good. Rory says, Jenna, I found a place that does pain management for everything with multiple options up to and including sedation and actually understands ADHD. Has super helped me with my fear to know that there will be no pain, numbing gel, and no lecture. That's interesting. Sedation dentistry. Okay. Am I gonna get something weird on my computer if I Google that? It doesn't matter. I'm doing it. Okay. I'll have to look into that. I feel like I do wish, I feel like when you search for doctors. Oh, Eric says there's a dentist near you that does free sedation and sleep dentistry. Again, this doesn't sound real. Sleep dentistry sounds like a prompt we would give Valdivia, the horror artist, to get some weird images. I plot, yeah, I'm right there with you 100%. I want to be conscious. I want to feel that floss gliding in. I think that when you're searching in your health insurance for like a new doctor or a new dentist, you should be able to like you can search through like, okay, like within 5 miles or 10 miles of this zip code, accepting new patients. I think there should be one that's also like no lectures. I think there should be one where it's just like, this person, this doctor, this dentist, they're here explicitly for people who have not been to the dentist or doctor in like a decade and who don't want to fucking hear about it. I think you should be able to click that, and when you click that, you know that wait, Mechtel, what is the potential relation between tooth plaque and Alzheimer's? What are you saying? I do not think fear-mongering will help them. Well, Drazia, I'm not that way. I'm regular with my doctor and dentist checkups, because if you don't have your health, you don't have fucking anything. And the easiest way to have to avoid paying insane insurance bills is to be as healthy as you fucking can be. And even that's not going to save you necessarily, but being healthy is a preventative thing that you can do to save yourself a lot of fucking time and money. Keep flossing if you want to keep your brains when you're old. Done. Deal. Will do. I didn't need convincing that floss is good, but that's great to hear. That's true, Geo's diet. I guess it's like, I don't know, it's tricky because like I don't feel like I've ever experienced, I mean, the longest time I went without seeing a dentist was like 4 or 5 years when I didn't have insurance. Like, I just feels like if there was a way, I think this would be successful branding, where if it was like, oh, it's been a while since you've been to the dentist, we're here to, you know, take you in and not upset you. We're here to take you in and help your teeth and help your body. Because I know other people who are like, you know, their body has changed, or they're worried about being judged, and for whatever reason, and the doctors. So I think if a doctor was more upfront about like, hey, we're gonna be chill. That cheesy lad, that's pretty crazy. That's some wild stuff. Yeah. Anyway, flossing is great and everybody should do it. It's really nice. Yeah, car maintenance too. Yeah. That, I mean, there is that old saying, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And that works if the pounds are referring to money too. So, okay. I vaguely remember saying I was gonna look something up, but did I have a plan? Did I have a plan when I came back here for what I was gonna do here? Oh yeah, clean your humidifiers. That's a good one. Stephanie and Brian, yes! Thank you, Learn Who Are Each. Thank you. I knew it was something. Yes, it was these two. They had a baby. I wanted to see if we could find a picture. Okay. Because we know she succeeded in her bid now. Ah, hasn't been updated for at least 8 months. God damn it. Okay. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, chat. Yes. I forgot that you get hungry for beef baby at the beginning of stream. I haven't got a copyright strike for it yet, so... Alright, she might have to search Stephanie Jones as well, but we'll get there. I'm increasing the game volume. Okay. She won her election. Stephanie Jones, yeah. Grew up in a home without a father, yeah. Distant cousin of the Roottrees. Alright. Maybe she'll be under Stephanie Jones. Just the same. Oh, we got a hot pick. The first is baby photo. Beef baby photo. We don't know what she gave birth to. Busy updating campaign website. I can't believe how well that cat gif emote matches up with the song beat. Our daughter was named after her grandmother. Alright, we'll have to look up her grandmother. I think her grandmother was a Gwendolyn, maybe? Or Gwyneth, maybe? Small comment with the recent rise in popularity and controversy surrounding my extended family. Stay tuned for the announcement in the coming months about how I plan to use this publicity to accomplish bigger and better things. Okay. Alright, I'm lowering the volume again. This is just moody and atmospheric. Alright. Okay, so we should have... well, actually, hold on. Oh, that picture did have him, okay. you go. They got the whole family. Boop, boop, boop. And a little Christmas hat. That's cute. Rory, you are welcome. All right, I think this will help us clear off occupation baby. Occupation baby. Okay. And then grandmother's name. Clara? Well, I guess I'm assuming it's the maternal grandmother. But it could be the... Clara's not an option? It must be the maternal... Is it? Is it gonna be the maternal... Oh, the baby's grandma, not... Wait, let me double check that. Named after her grandmother. That's a good catch. Which was Caroline. Okay. I was like, am I gonna have to fucking dig up Brian's family too? Well, I just said it. Was it Caroline? How? Wait, can I scroll back on my own captions? No. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Maybe they just name her Carol. I guess that's what they... I think I read the wrong one. That's really possible. I'm very sloppy. Oh wait, she had two moms. So maybe her name is Eloise? I'm so confused. I mean, it has to be Carol, right? Which ended up being very fitting considering she was born the night before Christmas. Yeah, it's gotta be Carol. It's the only thing that could make sense. Okay. Well, that's great. So we've definitely got two locked in. I think both of these I feel great about, assuming that baby hasn't been put to work yet. But I think that means we have something with Flavio's wrong. Oh no, we don't have an occupation for this child. Oh. So right now we have 1, 2, 3 that I feel pretty strongly about, but we don't have a job for this child yet. All right, Mark Clementine, have you done anything of note ever? Oh, he might have. Crocodile Clementine is listed on a website titled The Infamy List. It's a massive list of criminals who are known for odd crimes. Do we think criminal is an occupation? Although Mark's nickname would imply he hails from Florida, a lot of others on the list come from there, or Australia. Mark is listed as being from Los Angeles. It's a pretty big entry. Seems like a real piece of work. I love that editorializing. There's a small note with him being the basket baby of 1950. Yeah, I'm gonna highlight that for sure. But almost everything else comes from his adulthood. He lost his job in 1975 as a pilot for a regional airliner after he tried to board the wrong airline's plane. He was drunk. He was charged with trespassing and assault. As I understand it, they usually just sweep those sorts of things under the rug. Let him keep flying. In 1982, he was arrested for transporting smuggled animals over the Canadian and Mexican borders for an illegal reptile supplier in Los Angeles. He was apparently quite successful for the first 4 years, but was caught when he had to make an emergency landing in Portland after he was bitten on the foot by a crocodile. Apparently, the Portland Telegraph is credited as having given him the nickname. His mugshot from this incident has been added to your photos. In 1993, he was released on parole, but his freedom didn't last long. He was arrested in 1994 in San Diego for violating it in an attempt to visit his daughter's graduation. He famously punched a principal, a man named Billy Sims, received national press. Let's see if we can't get the Portland Telegraph. Yes, okay. Is Mark D.B. Cooper? What exotic animals does DB stand for? Run-of-your-mill newspaper from Portland, Oregon. All right. Website doesn't appear to have any useful information because this was before newspapers put their articles on websites, I guess. I like Dingo Bonobo. Dingo Bonobo Cooper. That sounds like a Donkey Kong character. Okay. All right, let's take a look at this pic. That's not it. There's not even a single crocodile in that. Okay. Multnomah County Correction Division. All right. Okay, criminal is not an option. I guess maybe he's a pilot? Okay. I was wondering if that was gonna clear it up. That's really funny. Boop. Booyah. Alright, we can get this other photo in. Alright, great. I guess pilot is accurate. It's how he's making his money, right? Okay, so we've got the basket baby, and we've got this one to get his family. Because this is the one we think might actually be a root tree. The older child, it seems unlikely. A few sites about true stories focused on and around religion mention that in 1950, yes, a gospel singer named Mary once found herself in a real-life baby Moses situation. No. Is this her lie for how she found Hobbs? For how she found this baby? Rather prominent supporter of the concept of adoption, someone decided to test how much they left a baby on her doorstep in a basket. She adopted him without question and raised him as her own son. Although it wasn't national news, in many circles he became known as the basket baby, and he even went on tour with her as he grew up. None of the websites state who the woman or baby were, likely to prevent people from looking to either people too closely, but we know obviously who it is. Damn. Okay. Are we gonna find... Is there gonna be something for Crocodile Clementine? Okay, no, just what we already have. Okay. The incident received national news. I guess we'll search for Billy Sims? Why did this get national news? And why is Billy in quotes? You don't normally do that. What if we did... What if nicknames were always in quotes? And if you saw somebody, you were like, William Billy Sims. Hey, Billy. What if that was just everyday life? Chat, if you go by a nickname, I need you to take a moment and think about what your life would be like if people used it with quotes, sarcastic. Hey, Matt. Hey, Gwyn. It's really fun. Alright, Sandstone Canyon High School had his 15 minutes in fame when he was punched by Crocodile Clementine. Pretty much every news organization, okay. It wasn't the punching that captured national attention. It was Billy Sims' matter-of-fact response to the threat and his comment afterwards, as heard in a now-famous audio clip, God, I hope we get to hear it, from somebody who was recording the ceremony. Billy saw Mark hop onto the graduation stage and said, "Sir, you want to sit down or we'll have a problem." At that point, Crocodile reportedly sucker-punched him in the face. Billy, apparently only slightly dazed, said, "All right, sir, I guess we'll have a problem." Clementine tried to throw another punch. Sims anticipated it and performed a maneuver that spectators describe as a wrestling move mixed with a backwards somersault. I'm imagining a pile driver? Is that what those are called? What is it called when you lift somebody up and then you fall backwards and knock them on their brain? That's a pile driver? I don't know how I knew that. My brain is so complicated. It's got so many deep little dark passages, which immediately brought both men to the floor, with Sims straddling Clementine, keeping him neutralized. The recording captured someone asking, "How did you do that?" And Sim's response was famously, "Trust me, I'm as surprised as anyone." It is probably Pat's fault. Yeah, that's a good read. Hey, Cinnamon! You cleaning the house for Lunar New Year? Or just to have a clean house, which is also lovely. Oh, you mean Pat Pizza Suplex Gill? If that is his real name. Okay, great. This doesn't have fucking any information about the child of the man, which is what we're actually trying to find. Because your friend is coming over. That makes sense. Had an article slightly longer about the incident. They filed it under a special banner named Croc Watch. Really good. Croc Watch. It did mention the name of the school. Yeah, actually I should highlight that before I forget. Sandstone Canyon High. Right. Croc Watch. Our good friend Croc Clementine. So many fucking nicknames. Sorry, it's actually Croc Clementine. Was actually in attendance at the high school graduation because his daughter was walking the stage. He's apparently not allowed to attend. His ex-wife had a restraining order filed on behalf of her daughter, but did so anyway. Damn. Yeah, happy Lunar New Year, everyone. It was unknown to the school staff, including Sim at the time, who he was, but a security guard recognized him, and that's when trouble started. Approached the side of the stage to try to avoid the guard, but the exchange between him and Sims took place. The article finishes by facetiously asking, "What will Croc get up to next? Stay tuned for more Croc Watch." Unfortunately, for your investigation, as far as you can tell, there were no more instances of Croc Watch. That is tragic. But maybe we can get like a yearbook or something. San Diego. Okay, not much information about it. Okay. Well, there's a recording of the incident, which it feels like it should be a lead. It feels like it should be a lead for finding him down, tracking him down. I also like that it has to specify of 1950. Crocodile Clementine. The computer sounds are really loud. I'm sorry. It's because I turned the overall volume up. Overall game volume up to increase the audio, but I forgot that there's clicky text too. Thank you for pointing that out. Alright, I increased the sound audio so there's some good jazzy background. Okay. Let me know how all the sound is working out. Okay. Weekly flights. Flights were very low, usually under the radar, literally. It's only caught because he was bit by a crocodile. I was thinking, Madison, it does feel like there's got to be yearbooks somewhere. Maybe we need like a... Did they ever make a yearbook periodical? Tried to cut loose. He tried to tell them he was a crop duster who somehow cut his leg on a loose piece of metal in a cockpit. But it seemed very odd, and controllers quickly alerted the police. That's funny. Okay. Is there anything for just Mark? Okay. The infamy list. All right, maybe. It feels like the Billy Sims lead feels like it's the right one because we've got a lot of context for this man. And it just feels like it should lead somewhere. Sound level good now? Okay, good. Would the library have them? You know, that's a great question. Well, I think you have to have an author. Yeah, you have to have both. Yeah, that's a really good idea. It did mention his daughter. Billy Sims. Yeah, maybe Bill Sims? No. Every organization from trustworthy to tabloid, so maybe we need to dig into more of the periodicals. Surely Business Watch covered this. They did report on Billy Sims, but the information is redundant. Okay, did a small piece about the fight. Tried to approach it from a different perspective. The goal is to paint a picture of two men involved from others who knew them best. Ah, okay, we've got another name. Yes. Okay, Colleen Webb. Not only did they manage to interview Sims' wife Carla as well as multiple staff members, they hunted down Colleen Webb, Mark's ex-wife. According to a section with Colleen, she and he met when he was working for an airline. She worked in an airport newsstand. He was a drinker and would often have wild mood swings. Wow, what a great partner. Hold on, let me get you in here. Colleen Webb. Okay. Yeah, right? Yeah. This is the problem, is that the music is not consistently mixed. So some of the songs are quite loud and some are quite not. There gets a point where I can no longer hear myself speak or think. Okay. He was charged with assault of a fellow pilot in 1975 and lost his job. They divorced. At the time, she was pregnant with their second daughter. Okay, and she felt she needed to get out before things got worse. Good for you. Okay, so they had two daughters. She left him and moved to San Diego to live with her sister and told her oldest that her daughter had to fly planes for the Army. She raised them both herself, and though she never went through the trouble of changing their names legally, they used the web name so nobody would connect them to their ex-husband. So the children both use Clementine. Are legally known as Clementines. Okay. All right, getting there. What did Colleen Webb get up to? Actually, before we do that, I'm gonna finish searching all of these other options. Actually, that's probably it. Yeah, this is little Mark Clementine. He grew up nasty. He's got that rotten root tree blood in him. Alright. Alright, that seems like everybody went to San Diego. Maybe it's just them. Maybe I'm misremembering. Alright, let's see what she was up to. Alright. What? Did I misspell it? Happens a lot. Wow, she didn't do anything of note? Is she actually a chef? Because that would actually be a super great breakthrough. Okay, damn. The girls didn't change them? Hold on, let me... Although she never went through the trouble of changing their names legally, they used the web name. I think that implies that their names are legally Clementine and that they used the web name so no one would connect them. Right? Hey, Jellotion, I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, Jack was so fun. Jack was such an incredible guest. Okay. So we know these are both Clementines. This is tricky because normally I would just force it by looking at the names. We know they're both ladies. X-Web, but put them as C Clementine? What? What are you saying? I don't know if that's how the search engines work in this. Okay. I was really hoping we would be able to get a ping on Colleen, but that doesn't seem to be happening. It is a shame that we need the name and the book title. Although, you know what? I don't think we ever actually did a dig on Stewart. So maybe we can get something about Stewart. Seems a police officer. He has no web presence. Okay, well. The Herald is the newspaper for a university where Lang went to. All right, okay. I searched a lot of them. This is tricky because it's like, it's not going to show up in Team Blast. Is it worth clicking through every single one of these to get any information? This is going to be the same article. Crockwatch. It's a shame we can't dig into Crockwatch because Crockwatch is really funny. If only I could search for restraining orders. This one, which tells us a little bit about his wife. Okay, Mark Clementine. This is way more brute forcing than we've sort of had to do. Spelled it with a K, not a C, right? Yeah, okay. First major arrest. Yeah, this is just about the, they don't just let you search San Diego. I don't think so. We could try it. Let's see. Felt very off at the end and the ends you had to follow. Especially the search function feels off. Uh-oh. Bad news. From LA. What's his job? Arrested for smuggling. At least on parole. Yeah, maybe the Infinity list. If nothing else, it seems like a funny thing to search. Okay, so it just gave us the same thing. Yeah, I did try the name of the high school. What did it give us? Yeah, it's not much about it, although it's mentioned a lot of articles about the Billy Sims incident. Do you think Sandstone Canyon? No, okay. We are almost certainly missing at least one periodical. All right, let's go back to the board. Okay, those are just reminders from the last round. So that's the book. Okay, and this is the document of all the company records. And there's somebody here that there's some clue that we still haven't totally crossed off yet. So we got Christina Farrow. We just don't have a lot of... Maybe we can get like a 50-year... Maybe there's something in... Could we get a picture of the anniversary party? Or the retirement party? Because that would be clutch. Okay. No. Okay. Raftoons. Raftoons is all about Clark. Maybe there's new intel. Oh, there is an older version. Once had a picture of Clark on it, no longer exists. Really funny. Instead, it redirects to a site for a telephone called 1010-250. Which frustratingly keeps popping up advertisements in new windows every few seconds. You managed to close them, but it sure is annoying. What? Telephone number called 1010-250? Apparently a phone number you can dial before making a long-distance call to receive a discount from the telephone company. For the past few months, you've been inundated with ads for it and other services like it. This includes TV spots starring celebrities, radio commercials with parodies of popular song, and banner ads. Doesn't seem relevant to your search. The Raftoons domain was likely purchased by a third party when the license expired. Okay. Did we ever get a picture of Guy Hudson? Yes, okay. Got a lot more names. A lot more names of people. Oh yeah, we got this whole Susan Ford thing. Maybe there's something for one of these parties? Maybe the Edward Roottree retirement party. I'm assuming there's a Y there. Okay. Yeah, we hit the travel expenses. They were juicy. Maybe just... Is there anything about 5-piece flavor development? So we did learn that one of them does legitimately have caviar, which is fucking crazy. This, I believe it's the Brazilian flavor. Successfully delicious, apparently. Okay, lots of people, lots of people. What about other expenses? You marry, I love to hear that. Splash in some vanilla in there for some fun time. VOD watcher, first time chatter. It is indeed worth making your own whipped cream. Yeah, yeah. Some stuff worth making on your own. All right, so all the regular parties. We already searched this donation. Maybe we should just search five pieces butterscotch. Okay. Okay. Sam let go. Douglas Rosenberg rehired. What's your deal? Somebody of absolutely no note? If you're not on the internet, you must not be worth learning about. A candy industry magazine would be so clutch right now, Madison. No secretaries allowed. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. You know what? I don't think we ever search work time temp. This is it. It's gonna explode the game right open. Ah, oh, fuck. One of the cases of no connection between work time temp and anyone related to your search. Okay. Okay. Might have been premature with my excitement. Felt so promising. Fred Gleason 50-year work anniversary bonus. Okay. Catherine Garrett. Okay, I remember searching these names and not finding anything. All right, so there's Chef's Signature, which we did unlock. Has these two lads. I think we got these two lads in their whole deal kind of on lock. Oh no, we still don't have their mother. We still don't have a picture of their mom. All right, and there's one clue left here. So there must be a clue here left to finding a picky of their ma. Cover of this magazine. Small walk-up window. You marry, it's not that weird. With a boss regularly using the secretary pool as his affair launching pad, I think it was probably... I think it makes sense that they'd be like, we just can't be involved in this anymore. We need to hire these out. Okay. Inspired. He has a samosa cone. It's Robert and James. Most kids hate vegetables growing up. You think I should... I was thinking... When I saw samosa cone, I was like, maybe that's worth Googling? Maybe we can find a picture of their mom eating a samosa cone? Okay. What about the periodical? This is... We got this from Chef's Signature. The cover and made article. Yeah, we already got that. Most kids hate vegetables growing up, but they don't have parents like we did. My father was a chef and mother grew up on a farm that supplied his restaurant. That's how they met. He even wrote a book about fund. She had to go back to work as a secretary. We're old enough to go spend our days with my aunt. I mean, the family... I said something about a family farm. Sistine Apple. Maybe that agency had a reputation for having, like, hot babe secretaries, and that's why they were using it. Sistine apple. Maybe I can Google that. I mean, they mention it's so in passing. They do mention a family farm. Farrow Farm? Maybe? Did I spell Farrow right? I did not. Farrowa Farm. Did we search her actual just last name? No, I think we did. I remember having to fuss with how to spell her first name. But maybe I misspelled her last name. You think that her mom worked on the Anderson farm? Yeah, that's possible. Still spelled wrong? Is the farm in Butler? That's a good question. Christine? No, it is P-H-A-R-O-A-S. I don't think that's how sorry, O-A-H. P-H-A-R-O-A-H. It's the typing noise from your real keyboard, and the game actually emulates the sound of an old-ass keyboard. My keyboard is very clicky-clacky, but that is fully. Okay. All right. Their parents visit Friday often. Have a signature dessert. Maybe there's a picture of them on Friday. We don't have a... I would love if we had a farm magazine. Saw it in Chef's signature, but had a huge line, didn't have a single meat dish. What's the point? Is there, I don't have any evidence of a Boston newsletter or, newspaper or periodical. They don't have a website, but many locals seem to mention it in various places. Do I? I didn't get like a Boston. No, okay. Yeah, they moved pretty far afield. My boss, I should search for, I think I did search for my Boston homepage. And we found a lot of rude, yes. Oh, that's right. This is where we found a reference to an IRL Cambridge comic book store that apparently is good and people should go visit. Yeah, I thought the holiday parties were a good pull. Or the retirement parties feel like they would have been a good bet. But you're visiting Boston was useful? It was called, wait, what was it called? The Million Year Picnic is what it's called, so. Okay, so there is still something there, but don't know what it is. 6P, the Roottree Rift. Actually, you know what? We might not have really dug into the Roottree Rift. Oh yeah, you know what? We haven't really dug into Anonymom and Jane Doe Roottree either. Let's dig into the Roottree Rift. Okay, so this was when they put out multiple press releases in short order and really fucked them up. Did Business Watch cover any of the retirement parties? That's an interesting question. Yeah, actually, before we dig into this, let's check that out. It's not impossible. possible. It doesn't feel super likely, but I'm willing to try it. I'm willing to try anything. Major expenses, none. Let's try the Zach Morden retirement party. What about Guy Hudson? What do you have to say about him? Along with his twin sister, are no strangers to public. The boys and girls era. Credits his mother, Angie and Christopher. His uncle and current present Zachariah take early retirement. Now that our daughters have started families, Claire and I plan to reflect on a life well lived. Guy is new to the business and he's family. Hasn't been updated for at least 8 months and might be irrelevant. Alright, fair enough. Alright, nothing for Zach. But there was another Edward Roottree. A way less expensive retirement party. Christmas pre-bash, New Year's. Root clothing reimbursement, Fred Gleason. Okay. Alright. Back to the Roottree Rift. The first was fairly standard. It stated that there was no president of the Roottree company, but that the entire family was made aware of the release of the book and that they would be meeting as soon as possible. Only then could they verify the legitimacy of the claims it raised and decide next steps. The next was emailed to business newspapers 3 hours later and announced that after a vote, Ron Roottree would be taking over temporarily as interim president. It also went on to state that Ron was aware of the book, had verified the claims within, oh my god, and will look into compensating Mrs. Madsen and her family immediately. It also stated that the company lawyers would be taking immediate steps with the family to revisit the Clan-said trust terms to make sure nothing like this could happen again. Ooh. It became quickly clear to business reporters and analysis that the time between the two press releases would not have been logistically sufficient to gather a majority of the family, even using conference calls. This was reported on many news channels, and a third, much shorter press release came the next day. It claimed that a draft of the announcement was made prematurely and that Clark Rafferty LaRue and Ron Roottree would be taking over as the company's first joint presidents. I also stated that any compensation plan would be on a stringent verification process. Ooh. Ooh. All right. Let's see if we can find more intel. Ran an article about 2 months after the Roottree. Wait, yeah, was Ron the one that was embezzling? No, I think Robert was the one that was embezzling. And this one is Ron. I think, yeah, I'm pretty certain Robert, yeah, he was the screenwriter. Robert was the one that was embezzling. Good question, though. That is a worthwhile thing to double check. Sorry, yeah, Robbie Roottree. Business Watch ran an article about 2 months about what really happened with Roottree. Article mentions that nobody from Roottree that they reached out to is willing to go on record. Instead, the timeline of events has been constructed from public record, accidental leaks, and a source on the inside. The only parts that are new to you are also the most vague parts, the ones supposedly confirmed by their anonymous source. The timeline says that the family actually held a preliminary vote after Carl died, but before the release of 6 Pieces, and they decided they wanted Ron to take over because of his experience running RR Productions. I'm so excited to hear who the mole is. Ron seemed way too eager and personally motivated, They were worried he would gut the Clementine Trust to remove Robbie Roottree. His family was notoriously unwilling to do anything that would risk their wealth. They stalled and Ron became frustrated. When Six Pieces came out, he saw his chance to force action while the family was in the limelight and released the press release himself in an attempt to get the ball rolling faster. Oh my god. This caused chaos within the family. They tried to save face by allowing Ron to take over as co-president with Clark, but according to Business Watch's source, Ron was impossible to deal with. He seemed like he was willing to protect the Clementine Trust, and they eventually let him go. He was unwilling to protect the Clementine Trust, and they eventually let him go. After that, the role passed to Clark, who nobody was excited about, but seemed like the safest choice. Damn. Damn. That, honestly, that's icy. Who do we think the mole is? I feel like it could be Clark. Okay. There's nothing there that really stuck out to me as something to search, other than the fact that I really want to figure out who the mole is. Show Clark that article to his face. Oh man. I mean, that's how I would feel about Clark being the president of a company I worked with. Be like, okay, is nobody else, or? Oh man, who is the mole though? Who's the mole? There's an older version. Okay. As well as Ruby Spratt and her company Ruby Legal Enterprises were featured in Business Watch after the company took over as the keepers of the Clementine Trust. There's an article that interviews both Clark and Ruby. It seems that Ruby actually approached the Roottree sometime in late March after Roottree Rift, but well before RootTreeMania. Relatively low-profile lawyer, she offered to work for very little money so long as she could be a public face to build her reputation. Honestly, probably a good bet, although not even lawyers should work for exposure. So, you know, especially not for a company slash family as rich as the Roottrees. The family quickly jumped on the chance, as many family members often attempt to spend as little as possible to keep their shares as high as possible. After looking over the Clementine Trust, came to the conclusion that Clancy Edward Roottree's implementation was not legally sound, and that there would be constant legal challenges without some modifications. Family decided to put her in charge of the trust, both legally and as public face, to prevent further issues. Enterprise has been described as a mix of a law firm and a PR firm. Ugh. First move, as sort of a trial run before she was even hired permanently, was to help them draft a public statement accepting Sam into the family and declaring that they'd begin to address the Clementine Trust. This went quite well, and they officially hired her in early April. She's now in charge of many financial aspects of the company, including verifying any claims to the trust and organizing the various charitable causes, such as scholarships that have been set up in the name of the deceased. I feel like this is the mole. Wow, nothing about him in Butler County Times? Alright, let's see what the older one does. Okay, this is just the version from the last time. Okay. Alright, well, let's see what we can get about Ruby Spratt. Ooh, News Time briefly covered a lawsuit between her and Tree magazine surrounding Sissy Sanchez. They said that Sissy didn't have the rights to redistribute the photos in the magazine of Guy Hudson. Photos with him with a mistress? I'm fucking hoping. Tree apparently announced that they would be pulling their issue the following day after the threat. This caused this issue to sell faster than any other in the magazine's history, though only for a day. Even people that would never have normally purchased it went out of their way to buy one. Really funny. An expert legal analysis from News Time stated that it was unlikely that Ruby could have had the story pulled if it had gone to court, and Picotree lightly got more eyes on it than it would have if the Roottrees just ignored the story. Okay, well that's great. Let's crack this open and see what we can find. A publication that, as far as you can tell, has no consistent theme, tends to contain tabloid-esque story articles that appeal to a wide variety of audiences. Doesn't typically feature celebrities. Instead, it tends to latch onto and create sensationalist headlines, maybe about Crocodile Clementine? Whatever seems to be popular at the moment, including Beanie Babies, Magic Eye images, and even Red Bull. Has come under fire for printing fiction along with facts. Picotree gets around this by stating in every issue that all of its articles are all the hearsay that's fit to print. Beef Beanie Baby? At one point, they ran an article about Sissy Sanchez, an author. Ooh, she claims to have written an unread book about Guy Hudson. The article is not even the main focus of the issue, but they were threatened. Why'd she write a book about him? Because he have his dick out all the time? In that particular issue, the big sass sea bass issue, pulled from shelves, became a collector's item. Oh, really funny. Find a recently finished online article that listed a copy at over $1,000, though nobody bid. All right. Okay. Let's search for Ruby first, but then we're gonna, okay. Yes. Okay. This is an issue that focused on a talking toy fish and the demonic messages it supposedly said as the batteries ran low. Furby season. Picotree had an article about a canceled book by Sissy Sanchez. Book subject was Guy Hudson. The issue was said to contain pictures that Sissy did not have the rights to publish. Spicy. Because of the pictures, it was pulled from stores. Okay. Please, God, let there be a fucking picture. Oop. Oh, I can't get a picture of the fish. That is a shame. This is a very compelling cover. Seems to have used photos of Guy that Sissy did not own the rights to publish. It was pulled from shelves. The version in your periodical search had the relevant pages removed, rendering the magazine useless. But it says there's Bass Elbub. Oh, fuck. You're right. It is a red herring. God damn it. But it says there are 7 clues here. It says there's 7 clues here, but we don't get to... Alright. Well, hold on. Oh, an author best known for Portrait of a Changed Man, released in 1979. Her follow-up, Foreign Gospel, did not perform as well, but sold respectfully. She has written a few more books, including a biography of Van Gogh. Known for her nonfiction, appeared in Picotree about a book she had been commissioned to write for Guy Hudson. The magazine and Sissy herself were immediately issued a cease and desist due to its inclusion of pictures. Okay. Commissioned to write for Guy Hudson? You would like to know more about the demon fish toy? I'm sorry, that's all we got. That's all we got. That's all the evidence we got. I would like to know more about the evil fish too, but... Alright. It's hard not to feel like this isn't all a red herring. What if everything you stand for, everything you know to be true today could disappear in an instant? Tells a powerful, true story about a man who woke up after being saved from drowning in his backyard pool and became an entirely different person. Included are interviews, well as one-on-one chat that paints an entirely different picture. Okay. Foreign Gospel tells the tale of a man from the Catholic Church who claims he was told by God that he should travel to Thailand and begin to preach. He returned to the United States after just over 2 years, claiming to have succeeded. The book tells his version of the story, but the author traveled to Thailand to investigate the claims and talk with some of the so-called converted. Okay. Biography of Van Gogh. It does feel like this is a dead end. It's a talking fish that sits on a fake mount on your wall and mimics your voice and insults you. Yeah, this is just leading back to the same. Bye, Geosdai. I hope your headache isn't very long. There's nothing I can say to help with that. Alright, so she wrote a book about Guy Hudson. Who makes the fish? There's no follow-up information. My guess is we'll be able to use that periodical for other search. Conspiracy? They're just like Roottree conspiracy theories. Is the name of the law firm named after Ruby Spratt. Recently in the news due to a high-profile case. Oh yeah! Old Thomas Overwood. 8 months later, the page is still existing and is thriving. The visitor count has reached 7 digits. Hot damn. Okay. One of his theories involves Roottree deaths being faked. Statistically, when you have this many high-profile people who have died in a family, the odds are one of them faked their death. It's just math. Guy's not dead theory. Somebody believes that Ron Roottree is still in charge, that Gwen Roottree's death was faked, that Clark is only there to throw people off. There's another about the rapper 5Ps. He can't possibly be Roottree. Because of the weird wanting to date his cousin kind of vibe. I don't think he knew about that. Not even Sam Madsen is spared. She isn't a real. It's an anagram for Am Madness. Claims that by using 6Ps with Lauren Rootree's book, he had begun to decrypt the cipher. There's one request at the bottom. Next year, 2000, is a leap year, and Overwood is looking for funds and volunteers to catch them red-handed in Operation RT-29. Not to volunteer if you've ever drunk Spirit Cola, but it doesn't go into why. What is Spirit Cola? Oh my god, more conspiracy theories. They changed the candy recipe to include more and more chemicals. It's possible, due to a loophole in the calendar, it is possible to get away with nearly any crime on a leap day, so long as it isn't discovered until the day is over. Great! And they're conspiring to poison our children. Their proof is that they contain polyglycerol polyricinoleate. That wasn't there when it was first released. It appears to be an emulsifier in chocolates approved by the FDA and widely used across many products. Okay. Spirit Cola. Is Spirit Cola gonna be the thing that breaks open this whole game? No! It's not. It isn't. That isn't it. It's not gonna do anything for me. I think the older version is just the original article. Yeah. Why can't... What is this? What do you have to do with Guy Hudson? I said I'm trying to hit the high points, the stuff that's really important. During Roottremania, he suddenly rose to prominence. After it became clear he was fucking a lot of people. Liked to throw large holiday parties. Should I search the parties again? Maybe now that we have a new periodical, it might be an angle to dive down. It's kind of sleazy, so they're not afraid to publish a few details that more reputable news publications normally wouldn't. Billy Sims was once arrested for throwing a Molotov cocktail at a company that was found to be testing their products on animals. Damn, Billy Sims! According to police paperwork, Crocodile Clementine's bail was paid for by... Oh. Tostarito Jacobson. That must have been one of the people hiring him to shuttle animals. Bigotry interviewed other students that were at the event to find out if anyone knew anyone. Okay, his daughter Mary was graduating that night. I want to learn more about this man. God damn it. Fuego Fiesta, a regional Mexican fast food chain held a competition in 1993 that offered free meals to life for anyone that legally changed their name to Tostarito. Tostarito Jacobson used to be named Lucinda Jacobson. Who are you? Is this maybe his daughter? One of his other daughters? Is that possible? Is it one is Mary Clementine and the other is Tostarita? That's just so crazy it might work. Okay. I'm just reeling from all of this. And it said it was really expensive. Oh! There's a crime blotter about Edith Jacobson and also mentions a... Was there a Jacobson in the original tree? Is Tostarito a name option? No. It wouldn't be because that's not her original legal name. In 1971, when she was 18, Edith and her sister Lucinda were arrested for trespassing at the church. I do remember this. Yes, Miracle's wife. Yes. They were caught by Helen Roottree. Okay, so... Well, that's... what a small fucking world. So there was a Robinson. Yes, Edith Jacobson, sorry. Edith Jacobson was married to Miracle Jr. Huh. Huh. I really don't know what to make of that. I mean, it feels like it could be a coincidence, but that's also a pretty crazy coincidence. Huh. Okay. Well, let's search. Maybe we can find something on Mary Clementine. Okay, maybe we can't. Okay. But we know one of his children is Mary. Right? I didn't possibly write the name down wrong or remember the name incorrectly. Okay. His daughter Mary was graduating that time. Oh yeah, Mary Webb might be a better guess, yeah. What a Mary Webb we weave. Ah, as a website called Web on the Web. Personal travel diary also doubles as an advertisement for her travel agency. Okay, all of them involve extremely niche audiences. It seems Mary is the #1 agent when it comes to booking spiritual vacations aboard ghost ships and in specific hotel rooms that are said to be haunted. She also said dedicated section for more traditional cruises that cater to specific groups such as fans of boy bands. I'm gonna highlight that. That might be important. In her diary entries, she talks about the trips she's taken, uses them as an opportunity to feature descriptions of amenities and excursions, even when you're on them to see a specific band or a ghost. There's pictures of ships, hotels, landmarks, as well as one of Mary. She recalls the day that the photo was taken. She was allowed on the ship on port day with a professional photographer she knows. Corporate composition photography. Excellent. Incredible. Okay, great. Web on the web. Okay, I don't know if this is the younger or older daughter, though. I mean, she seems to me to be a cool, hip, hoppin' young person without a partner. So that's what I'm gonna guess. They found the Overton! Love that. Okay. Okay. And then I'm wondering if this photographer hasn't maybe taken pictures of other people in San Diego, like her sister, maybe. There's a few different sites for businesses in San Diego. Can hire them for professional quality photos for businesses of all sorts. As far as you can tell, it no longer exists. Also mentioned on a photography site on some IRC chat logs. These have archives of logs they've been saving since 1993. On one of them, from 1996, when Val, the former head photographer of corporate composition photography, did a Q&A with their users about taking pictures for promotional materials and print ads. They not only seem irrelevant, but generally go over your head. One question, however, mentions Val was on the cover of Telephoto and asked about Iraq. Question was quickly shut down. Val does not wish to answer any questions from his photojournalism days, nor does he wish to talk about LBP. Okay. We got a photography magazine. I just selected that whole thing. LBP? Okay. I don't know that that's going to be all that helpful. Lebanese pound, lower back pain. Some businesses have it. Lynch building plastic, luxury bridal photography. Logline books, Lincoln baby photography. Please don't keep this on the subject of commercial photography. So it doesn't seem like former head photographer. I guess. I mean, without, like, more information, this is a really hard thing to search for. Val does not wish to answer any questions about his photojournalism days, nor does he wish to talk about LBP. Okay. I feel like I'm gonna have to dig into these to figure this out. Alright, so let's just get to it. Small publisher. Big screen adaptation of the puzzle game Fog. How do you think this would be related to your search exactly? Well, sometimes you gotta throw some spaghetti at the wall game, and I think you know that. Ah! Okay, seems like a solid lead. Mentions Val, an award-winning photographer, on the page. Small business in Beacon, New York. Has a picture of a baby and a camera captured with Cam Lincoln reaching for his namesake. Guess he'd take after his father, Val. Why has this been added to? Who is this? Why do I care? Who is this? Yeah, I guess Val Lincoln. But like, who is this? Who is this related? How is they related? This is a okay. There's a photo and an article. Clearly these are people, but like, Into the Storm, Val Lincoln's War on War. Focus on Val Lincoln, a photographer who went overseas during Desert Storm. He won the Sepia Award for photojournalism, specifically for the photo on the cover. Got his start in high school, where he took a photography class because, in his own words, he couldn't decide what else to do and thought it would be the best career in the world to shoot for Playboy. Quickly found he had a knack for it, began to skip lunch in his free periods to spend more time in the dark room. After graduating, he tried to pivot to landscape photography, but didn't have any passion for it. He's lucky when a photograph mentor of his, who was going overseas to cover the war, decided to take a chance on him. Most people wouldn't call it lucky to go to an active war zone for no pay, but he bought my plane tickets, all my meal, and even pulled some strings so we could rush my passport. Val was only 19 at the time and shot the photo that won him an award on the third night he was there. The photo depicts Lisa Clementine, who lost an arm in Operation Desert Saber. Well, I guess we'll fill out. My instinct was going to be soldier, but maybe not. According to the article, women were not subject to direct combat, and Lisa was in a vehicle at the time. The vehicle had to pull over suddenly when the road ahead was partially destroyed. She and a fellow soldier were severely injured by a landmine. I ran into Lisa just after her surgery and took this picture. Then, until she shipped out, I kept finding excuses to go back and take more pictures of her. Guess it was fate, because that's the photo that won me an award, got me into your magazine, and also led to my engagement. Just earlier this week, she agreed to become Mrs. Lincoln. I don't think there's a soldier option. Maybe she regressed into baby? Maybe we don't know yet. Military. Alright, and this is Val Lincoln. That's baby with a tie is Cam Lincoln. And his profession, or her profession, is baby. I was hoping that was 4, but I guess we're once again 1 shy. But damn, we got all that cleared off. I feel great about that. Okay, and we unlocked a bunch of new resources to search. Alright, that can stay. Okay. Yeah, me too. And we unlocked a new periodical with it, such that I'm wondering if we can't just boop around there. We don't really need to search for her anymore. We got her photo, we got her baby's photo. That's too many T's. I don't have her job? You don't think she's still in the military? No, probably not. I'm not actually all that worried about it. Lisa Lincoln. She runs a support group for Apollo veterans. She teaches classes that contribute to her, to their environmental engineering major. She had a passion for the military from a young age due to erroneously believing that a family member was an Air Force pilot. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. While she learned later that to be untrue. Damn. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna bounce around because we've got 2 new periodicals. We got Tree, which helped us clear off all of that Clementine angle. Still have done fuck all with this. Oh, I guess this is the Anonymom section. Yeah, maybe we can find pictures of any of these people. Oh, you're the... Maybe I want... Maybe Sonia Alves? What was Flavio's last name? Suarez, okay. I feel like we must be able to find a picture of his mom. We had so much information about it. That's come up many times. Not useful. That's true, she went by Nia. I do gotta remember that. Mentioned her by name a few times. Yeah, I remember reading this. It's also discussed. Nia is extremely private about her identity. Supposedly once used her connections to have a reporter fired. Journalists claimed that it was to shut down a story he had been doing about her personal life, including that her marriage in 1973 was not her own choice. But we didn't have any more information about that. I'm pretty certain I did Google Nia Alves. Yeah. Page about Nia lists her as unmarried. She stays out of the spotlight. She doesn't even appear at shareholder meetings. Feels like we should be able to get a picture of both of them. I guess her job is CEO. I don't think there's a wedding magazine that I can access. Okay. Oh yeah, we can get rid of basket, baby. Yeah, I can search Ashley York in these teen sites. I thought luxury bridal photos was a photography. You're suggesting that it might be a magazine. I thought it was... It's a photography business, yeah. He goes by Nick Luxury. Any drama? No drama. No drama. Just the drama we already had. I realized that we were going to his party, well, his mother's party. It's in Rio Carnival. Okay, might... this is so tricky because we have so many things that are circling the photography. I just like... Let me Google Ruby Spratt a little bit more. What was the older version? Oh, just the Clanson Trust. Okay. Briefly covered the lawsuit. I already searched here. Oh, Ruby Spat was featured in the Portland Telegraph when she was in high school in an article called Local Teen Making Change for Foster Care System. Ruby? Ruby, were you adopted? Ruby, are you a Roottree? You have to tell me if you are. Grew up in foster care. Apparently the valedictorian of her school was a Girl Scout who, at the time of the article, was earning her gold award. Ruby Roottree is not... It's not great. It required a project to help the community. Raised money to build a fountain she called Foster Fountain. Has a small pedestal that sticks up high above the water. Expected to toss coins into the fountain for good luck. And would be encouraged to aim for the pedestal. All the coins would be donated to Portland's foster care system. A coalition of local businesses that sponsored the fountain have committed to matching any of the donations that successfully land on the targets. Gamified charity work. Alright, well, it's surprising to come up with anything there, if I'm honest. I'm so suspicious now. Feels like she could be a Roottree. And maybe that's why she got the job. Fountain of Youths. That's funny. I like Fountain of Youths. Also known as Foster Fountain. Found in a small park in Portland. Mentions that under trivia section that the Fountain of Youth was conceived by Ruby Spratt, an alumni of the foster care system. Fountain is unique because it has special targets that visitors can aim their coins to. Each penny becomes $1. Portland Park and Rec, maybe? Okay. Ruby Spratt, like her legal company, is relatively elusive. Most complete source of information from her before her time with the Roottrees is a website for a magazine owned by a major airline. It's not giving me the name of the magazine. She's subject of one article from a recurring series about modern-day success stories. She went to Mid-Eastern. We have their newspaper. She graduated top of her class, was quickly hired as a lawyer from a prominent firm. Class action lawsuit suit against a manufacturer of steering wheel covers. Another has to help a local gas station chain with the rollout of a promotion that allowed gas station customers the ability to bet on the price of gas. The blurb ended by calling her new firm a double threat. Company success are a cross between traditional lawyer and a PR manager. Okay. What'd you do in college? Graduated top of her class. Controversial at the time, her valedictorian speech is controversial at the time as it was quite serious with a heavy focus on wealth inequality. Oh, is she gonna fucking she's getting in the inside. She's gonna dismantle the Clanson Trust from the inside. The editor at the time said, Ruby, unsatisfied by simply earning her place in Mid-Eastern with a full scholarship, went on to earn a captive audience of her peers with her perfect GPA. Felt like an ideal occasion for a celebration of an undoubtedly incredible individual. However, by the end of the speech, there were many in the audience that wished that neither of those events had transpired. It was a passionate attempt to use her soapbox to proselytize her fellow students and their parents into the religion of poverty, but unfortunately, judging by the silence, they remain unconverted. Damn. Time and place. Okay. Was she also in Teen Blast? No. Okay. Let's dig into Ruby Legal Enterprises. Okay. Alright, it's the same article we already had. Alright, it might be a dead end. For now. Alright. What we can do is dig into the Anonymom stuff, which I just simply have not even engaged with yet. I guess we could search around for Clark a little bit too. It really is bothering me. What if Guy's not dead? Just that full phrase. Yeah. What? Guy's Not Dead conspiracy stems from a website that focuses on clues that the Roottree have apparently, supposedly, hid all over the place. This includes on candy wrappers, print advertisements. This would be so funny. Introduced multiple failing products. Something needed to be done that would put the company immediately and instantly back in favor of the consumers. So they killed him off and replaced him. Move immediately garnered sympathy, and the company recovered the next year, more popular than ever. Next president stayed much further out of the limelight, and people even theorized that it was simply Guy in elaborate disguise, which is why he stopped appearing in public. There's certain that there's a clue in all of this that accidentally leaked to a banned article from the magazine Picotree. Okay. What an annoying way to get at this clue. Okay. Here's an interview with Cicely. You claim to have been paid a significant amount to write a book about one of the Rootrees, Guy Hudson. He was president for a short time at the end of the 1970s, right? I met him on New Year's Eve at one of the big parties, presumably. He liked to throw big parties. I was just coming off of Changed Man, looking for my next project. When his wife learned who I was, she invited me to the party and they cornered me to talk about a book. That was the first time anyone recognized me from my work. I'd finally made it. The book they asked me to write sounded great, but then none of the stuff that made him interesting was allowed to stay. Chop, chop, snip, snip. Everything with even the slightest threat to Guy's image ended up gonzo. What was the stuff that made him interesting? At his core, Guy was not complicated. In fact, I think I could boil him down to 2 traits. First, he wanted to be seen as the second coming of the great Elias Roottree. And second, he'd never be satisfied living the life needed to be seen that way. Oh! He had his fortune and good looks, and he really liked to exploit that to pick up women. But he couldn't let anyone else know, so it cost him a lot to cover it up. That was the only interesting aspect of Guy. He was James Bond trying to convince people he was Mr. Rogers, I guess. Maybe that's not the best metaphor, but Elias Roottree was boring as all hell and all about family, except we know he had an affair too. After I submitted my first draft, he sent me this garbage book, The Roottree Legacy, with Elias on the cover. Last time he and I met, he had even switched out his orange suits for the same green ones Elias wore. And remember fancy flavors? Guy knew that part of Elias's legacy was the 5-piece flavors. So that's what Guy tried to do too. Caviar was a disaster here, but it was actually somewhat popular in Brazil for whatever reason. In Christmas 1979, he went to Brazil to open the Roottree Brazil factory. Was there a Christmas party that year? He's always trying to hop around the world, trying to create that success. How come the book never came out? It's complicated. I had an out in my contract. Surprisingly, Guy signed the contract my lawyers wrote without running it by anyone in his legal department. I could pull my name off the book at any time, but Guy still got the content. After I left, it probably got a lot harder to convince any real publisher to give it their time. He was the president, right? Did you know why he never released it himself? If I had to guess, his family very wisely put a stop to it. Mid-1981, months after I had already moved on, he called me back and showed me a final draft. Do you know how expensive it is to publish one copy of a book? We've got to find that fucking book. It had my name on it in big shiny embossed letters. Like all my problems in his life, throwing money at me was his attempt to win me back. But it had half the page count and the narrative was torn to bits. No thanks. The dinner was good, imported steak that likely cost as much of a month of my mortgage, and we all got pretty drunk. I sent his mistress Susie something to the bathroom. He sent his mistress Susie something to the bathroom to proposition me. Poor girl. I remember her from our trip overseas. She was too good for him. Anyway, he died soon after, and that was the last that ever came up. Actually, any insight? I did not mean to highlight that in. I mean, this will clear up who his last mistress is, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it is a new fucking spelling of Susan. I guess we have all the names of his. Yeah, we all have all the names. So that was old Susie. I haven't actually read it. I just skimmed the sections on Guy to see what people were saying, why people were suddenly calling me up to ask about the man. I'd say he did well for what he had to work with. She only had rumors, whereas I spent time tailing him. Sometimes he knew, sometimes he didn't. He invited me to join them with dealing with Roottree Brazil, but actually I had people on him when he was in Australia, France, and China too. Lady? It's a weird vibe. When he met with someone, I figure out who they were and how they were involved, to doubly so if the meeting happened when he didn't want me to be around. Despite his best efforts, I got the whole truth, including things even his family never knew. An example, the daughter of his business partner in Australia, I think her name was Robin, he and she definitely spent a few nights together that he didn't want his family to know about. But I did. Of course Robin fucked this guy. Yeah, she's a legend. She's a hero. Sam mentioned Guy's affair and treats them like most people would logically think to treat them, like the infidelity was a problem for Patricia. When his wife first approached me, though, it wasn't a talk, if you get my meaning. What? On paper and in public, it was a marriage like any other, but in reality, it was more of a mutually beneficial arrangement. Lesbians. They both got what they wanted out of it. The same thing. The drama. I'm assuming I only have to spell it out to you so you can get it in writing for your readers. Women. Patricia enjoyed the company of women, and the swinger scene made that more accessible. I told her I wasn't interested in her and Guy. I found out later that if I had said yes, her next question would have been whether or not her husband actually had to be there too. Lesbians. Guy, on the other hand, was seen in a traditional marriage and at the same time could bed any woman that found him charming. I can assure you that was exactly the type of marriage he was interested in. He was so bad at it, though. Hey! Boop, boop, boop. All right. We found Nia. And another horny pic of Guy. Oh, hypothetically, this will clear off... Is that not 4? Okay, well, I fucked something up then. Who are you? Oh. Photo from... Okay. Pictree does not label its individual photos. Both photos were instead under the shared label. Cicely was provided these photos by the Roottree company for use in her book. I think this has to be the Christmas in Brazil. Who's this person in the background? Maybe that's Cicely? Oh, that's Zach. Hey, look! Oh my god, it's... Oh! I really thought this was going to be our picture of Elias. Because we do need a picture of him. That's tragic. Okay. From a magazine interview. Cicely was... Okay. But that's Zach. We know that's Zach. And this person, the blonde lady... Hey! Okay. I guess CEO maybe not be the right word for Nia. Oh.
Hey there,
the two
it's
of
us.
You together.
So I just have to say, the work you're doing here is fantastic.
I know.
So fantastic, in fact.
There goes Clark. Always the bad cop. Go ahead.
Bye, Mechtel.
Well, our law firm, Ruby Legal Enterprises, is having trouble keeping up. They're actually begging us to stop submitting new root trees. They said it's getting difficult to verify your progress.
Well, consider that a good thing. I told Clark you'd get results.
Fucking
She
right.
says that like I didn't believe her. Regardless, the bad news is it's going to take 5 potential tree additions before anyone locks in from now on. Good luck.
And keep up the good work.
All right. We must have just gotten Sonia's job title wrong. Maybe she's a president? God, this is such a finicky little thing. Oh, media mogul. There's a fucking media mogul option. Really funny. Okay. Well, good. Well, we at least have that one locked and ready to go. Okay. I was really hoping they would roll up and be useful in some fucking way, but they weren't. In fact, they were the opposite of useful. Absolutely useless. Okay, but Zach? We have a picture of Zach now, and a mystery woman. I'm wondering if that lady isn't Susie. Because didn't it mention... Hold on. Who went with them to Brazil? Oh my god. Which document was this? There we go. I remember her from our trips overseas. That might be Susie. I'm gonna leave it there. And then I think maybe that means we have Susie and Nia. That was Christmas 1979, which I think is the right time period. Christmas 1979. And who did we have her down as? I got distracted cleaning up. All right, I think yeah. Christina was potentially Butterscotch, and Butterscotch was one of the early names, so I think time-wise it does match up. So we got no flavors, but Christina's still here. So 78 and 79. This would have been when they were dating. Christine Garland no longer works at Roottree by 1978. And this was 1979. Okay. So it would not be Christina. Oh, 1979, Susan was hired. Okay, no, I think I got distracted which one we were looking for. Okay, Nightbot, chill out. I think it could be Cicely. I don't think Cicely's going to be on the board at all. My guess is that this is Susan. I think that just has to be my guess. Although we might have a bonus? Alright, what was this dumb new spelling? Okay, Susie Ford. I mean, she was involved in a scandal. What was the... It was her husband had some huge drama. Thomas Hughes. Okay. Not big enough drama, apparently. Alright, I feel good about that as a clue, though. I think that's a good place to stop, because the next time we start up, we're gonna have to start picking apart this thing. And I know the path into that is gonna have to be Anonymom. Like, that is it. That just has to be what it is. The background sound of this spooked me. Hey Chad, we're just about to leave, sorry. Yeah, so then we're gonna start digging into Anonymom next time, and my guess is that's gonna unravel this whole thread here. So that's the plan for Thursday, and hopefully we'll wrap the game up. I think we should be able to wrap the game up on Thursday, which will put us into a perfect space to slide right into F&B February. So that's the plan. That's the whole ass plan. But remind me that we're doing Anonymom on Thursday, because I am going to forget that was the angle we need to investigate. Anyway, good stream, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, be well. I'll see you Thursday. Yeah, that's it.